G'day folks, Pat Curley from LearnCigarBoxGuitar.com with a short video with just a few tips from an old hand really. I've been doing this for quite some time, a long time, and so I've picked up a few things along the way, yeah, and in my playing and also in my teaching that I thought things often get overlooked, right? So just a couple of minutes to maybe introduce some things to people that a lot of old fellas like me tend to take for granted. When you're first starting with this, I think the first thing you need to be able to understand is that you need patience. A lot of people come to this instrument, I think, maybe later in life. They've always wanted to play. They love playing blues or folk songs or gospel or whatever it is, the music that you want to play. You love that music and you want to be able to play it, and you see this as a way to make that happen. Yeah? And it is a way to make that happen. But it's not magic. You don't just buy one of these or make one of these and then it becomes magical. You still have to learn to play the instrument. It's still music that you're making. And all the things that all musicians have to do, you have to do too. Yeah? So you need to be patient in order for those things to happen, because you will face challenges. If you set yourself goals that are meaningful, that will stretch you, that will make you make good music, fun music, then you will come across challenges, so you need to be patient. There's a thing called like a positive learning cycle, where you learn how to do something, and because you learn how to do something, you've got a new skill, and that enables you to do something fun that you like. And because you like it, you want to learn more. And then because you want to learn more, you do learn more, you get new skills, and you can play even better. And now that you've played even better and you've seen how this works, you want to do more. So what you really want to do is be able to build that cycle, build that positive cycle. Yeah? And sometimes in that cycle things go wrong, right? I can't get past here, I can't get past here, I can't get past here. Maybe you've been playing for a while and you're in a bit of a rut. Then these couple of tips will help with that too. And the first one is patience, because these things are going to happen. They still happen to me. They happen to everyone. Yeah? So be patient. The second thing is you want to be able to, when you're practicing, you want to learn one thing at a time, right down to the very basics. So when you're learning to finger pick with one finger, and learn to do that really, really well before you try and do it with two. Get your thumb sorted really strongly before you try and combine your thumb and your fingers. Learn to play, if you've got a slide, learn to play one note cleanly before you try and get a good vibrato. Don't use your vibrato as a way to mask the fact that your pitch is terrible and you can't get a note clean. Yeah? I've even heard people recommend that. Don't do that, please. It might be a quick, easy fix, but really to the listener and to you eventually, when you want to, do that thing where you get better and better and better and better and better, you're ripping yourself off. Don't do that. Isolate the one skill that you need and learn it. And then, third tip, build on that skill with the next most difficult one. Yeah, so the example I had before, if you want to learn to play fingerstyle with your thumb and your fingers, make sure your thumb's working first by itself, make sure your fingers are working well by themselves, then learn to combine them. I mean, that makes sense, doesn't it? If you're trying to go finger thumb when you can't even get one of those things right, you're going to struggle. If you want to play some cool sort of tones on your slide, make sure you can just play simple things first, like cleanly and well, and so that they sound musical. Make sure that you can play in time. Make sure that you can do whatever you needed to do before this whatever skill it is that you're practicing. So you're practicing vibrato. Make sure that every note that you play is clean and that you're a master at that before you go on and try and do something else. Yeah, be patient. Build on skills one thing at a time. That's the third thing. The fourth thing is a practice regime. Right? There's some effort in this, there's some work in this, there's some practice. You don't just pick it up and start playing it. So you have to have some sort of regime that enables that. You might want to, might come down to your space that you're using, some sort of practice schedule, so that you don't want to be doing 3 hours in one go once a week. You want to be doing 20 minutes every day. It's a much better idea. The way that your brain and your hands and your nerves and your muscles and everything work is they will develop skills, they will learn these new movements that you need when you do them every day. They won't learn them if you do it once a week. You need to build these skills up slowly but consistently. So every day practice. Likewise with your practice regime, start slowly. So just do that for a bit. Nothing fancy, just make sure you can hit the note clean. And then you're practicing the most basic skill first. If you can't do that, forget everything else. And your ears connecting to it, and your body's starting to get into that groove of that's what you're going to be doing now, and you're warming up to it. It's all right. So make your practice regime like a bell curve. Yeah. So you have some easy stuff, and then you go to the hard stuff, and you practice and practice and practice, and then you wind down with something that's a bit more fun, maybe. Don't move on to the next thing until you've mastered the previous one. Okay, do it at tempo, get a metronome maybe, backing track. Some people do or don't like those things. I prefer a metronome, but that's just me. Make sure you can play them in time, make sure you can play them cleanly and properly and well, and then move on and do the next one. Okay, that's the fourth thing. And the fifth thing really wraps all those things up. You need some help. You need someone who's already done this to show you the way. So whether it's you've got a mate that can help you out, or you might find a teacher, you might have a book that you've come across, you might have made a really solid decision and signed up at learncigarboxguitar.com, because there I look after all this stuff. Right? We've got structured lessons on all different sorts of skills for different sorts of players and songs that you learn along the way, and all that is looked after in those courses. So that's an excellent solution. But you do need to find someone that can guide you through this process. If you don't know what skill you need to do next, then how do you know that you're going to build on your skills? How do you know which one I need to do in order to do this one that I want to do? Yeah. So find someone who's already done that. And I've done it, so I'm happy to help. Yeah. A short thing, I guess, about YouTube. YouTube's great. Obviously, YouTube's great. But you won't find that structure there most of the time. Yeah. The most common complaint I get on my YouTube channel is that I'm presenting something that's too difficult. My response is, well, it's not too difficult for everyone. Maybe too difficult for you if you haven't paid your dues, if you haven't put the time into your practice and you haven't built your skills up. That's not down to me, mate. That's down to you. And I'm not going to apologise for that. I'm not going to just have everything aimed at beginners. People need to be able to play things that are more complex when they have built their skills up. Most of my video lessons on YouTube are aimed at people that have done my courses and they've got skills, and I know that. So that's why they're often a bit more difficult. But if you're going to be looking around, thinking you're going to look around YouTube and find stuff that's going to be structured and it's all going to be, everything's going to be suited to where you need it, it's not going to happen. So that's another important thing. Yeah, look for some sort of structured way to make this happen. Yeah? Set yourself a goal, look for a structured way to make it happen. Be patient. All right. Cheers. Good luck with it.